Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about the worst character of every single Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 class. All these characters I put several hours into. I'm talking over probably 30 on each character in the game. With some characters I even put over 100 hours in, just on a single one. I tried pushing these characters to their absolute limits, using the best abilities possible, along with trying out the best upgrade sets, experimenting with many different ones, and I actually have a lot of experience under my belt as I've got 100 kills with every single character solo in Turf Takeover. I'm actually re-recording my 100 kill games, so I'm doing it again. So yeah, I know what I'm talking about here. I'm pretty much a PvZ Wikipedia on wheels, or legs. Let's get into the start of this video, starting off with Citron, since it's the first class that shows up on the plant side. If you guys like this video, please subscribe. And for a lot of these classes, there's actually not a worst character, so I'm actually going to state that. For some of these, some of the classes are just side grades, but for some of the classes there is a clear worst pick. But as you're going to see, for some of the classes there's not really a definitive worst character. Alright, let's start off with the Citron class, and unfortunately this is one of those classes where there is a worst character in the class. Regular Citron's great, he has great damage, his hit scan. Frozen Citron, he has ice and freeze and hit scan as well. Citron has amazing damage, really good accuracy, high skill ceiling, but really good. Iron Citron's good. You know, they're all really good, but when we move to Toxic Citron, this is where things get a little bit weird. So starting off, he doesn't have an ammo upgrade. And this character doesn't have a lot of ammo. This character used to do 5 damage from range, but now he only hits 2. He has a solid rate of fire, and he, of course, as we all know, he is a cloud character, so if you're in the little cloud area you take damage, but it doesn't do any damage at all. It's really weak. The only thing this character I really think has going for it is it has Citron abilities, it has 200 health, it has move shield, it has peach, it has balls, and then it just has really good damage up close. But there's a lot of characters that just can kind of invalidate this character completely. Again, he's still not awful, he's not unplayable. None of the characters in this game are, but out of all the Citrons, he's clear the worst. So for Rose, I think the clear loser here is Party Rose, just to start off, because character has less ammo than regular Rose, does less damage, so you're gonna have to run reload, obviously, because you need to reload more because you have less ammo. Makes sense. The character needs the homing upgrade because it's really rough to play this character without it. Damage upgrade obviously is really good. Now the thing that's great about Reg Rose is instead of running reload you could run health or speed, or because speed and health are really good on a Rose because they're already a fast class, and then of course giving them the extra 10 health can make a big difference. But this character isn't awful. As I said earlier, I don't think there truly is any awful characters in this game. It's just this character is a downgrade from the original. The less ammo does not, or the meter does not make up for the less ammo and damage. It really doesn't. Of course, when you get meter, the character is really good, but again, you still have less ammo than Reg Rose, and it's harder to fill up that meter because you're overall doing less damage and you have less ammo. So when you do get meter, the character is pretty cool and fantastic and great, but that doesn't make up for all the other characters' shortcomings, unfortunately. Moving on to the Corn class. All of these corns are amazing. There's not a bad corn. So all these characters are really good. But if I had to choose a worst, it would probably be for the corn class. I truly do not think there is a bad corn. I think they are all good. For example, a lot of people would look at Mob Cobb on a surface, but this character has a ton of ammo, he's a fast reload, and he's very customizable with his upgrades. Truly, this class is not bad. There's no really crappy characters here. They all are good and they all have a use. More casual players think Barbecue Corn isn't very good, but he is really good. He is really good at chipping. He has an amazing fire rate. He could just shoot you from the back of the map. You're on fire. You take 25 damage over time. He has a ton of health. He's really good. He's really good from range. Moving on to the Peashooters, there's no bad Peashooters. They all are good. They all have a niche. Fire has fire damage, ice has ice, toxic has huge splash, commando does great damage up close, and he has more health than Agent P. Agent P is just broken. He has so much damage output from range and close range. Law P is broken. Plasma P is broken. Rock P stacks really good with P Gatling, and he has a ton of health, so that armor multiplies with P Gatling because P Gatling gives you armor. So if you like P Gatling, Rock P is your best option. And then EP is really good for obvious reasons. This is ugly EP, by the way. He looks really ugly. But yeah, there's no bad Peashooters. There's no definitive worst Peashooter. They all have a use. For example, like Commando P, like he has a rate of fire that's higher than Reg P. Like that's more of a side grade than a downgrade. Moving on to the Chomper class, this is one that a lot of people really are weird about. Because people, like, I don't know, people just are weird when it comes to talking about Chompers and get really, like, defensive. But whatever. Anyway, my clear pick for this is Count Chompula. Now, I watched a lot of videos, or I used to. I don't really watch PvZ videos, but people would say Armor Chomper, which, you know, it makes sense, but this character has so much health, and when he does get in, he's like pretty much unkillable, and then his damage output is really good too. So I don't think Armor Chomper is the worst. I think he still has a use there with his like really tanky playstyle. It's just hard to approach with him. People think Chomp Thing is bad. If you think Chomp Thing is bad, you just never played the character before. You played him like once and were like, this character sucks. His regeneration gimmick is the most broken gimmick in the game by far. If any character had that, they'd be top tier. It's broken. It is so broken. You regenerate instantly. Reg Chomper, I had Super Sticky Goop because I was showcasing it in a video. But Reg Chomper, he's outclassed by Fire Chomper and Power Chomper, all the sprays, because they have the same amount of health, except they have more damage and a better primary. So Reg Chomper still does decent damage, and of course he has 185 health with the optimal upgrades. So my reasoning for Count Chompula is he has 2 damage upgrades, right? Like, you know, he has decent damage. Like, you could do damage, health. He has 160 health, so yeah, he does have less health. If your health upgrade 160, if you're not running health upgrade, he has 150. So I highly recommend running health upgrade on this character. But if at this point, if you want to run double damage, just play Reg Chomper. And if you want to run digestion, you know, it's a cool gimmick, but I ultimately don't think it's practical in the long term of things. I don't think it makes up for his lower health. And then if you're running this, that means you don't have good damage output, like for Chomps. So yeah, I think that's the issue with the character. You know, he has a cool gimmick, but in practice it doesn't really work. And people don't really think about it in a perspective like of actually playing the character, but you know, he just doesn't, his low health doesn't make up for that. Alright, Sunflower class. This is another one where I think there's one that's just worse, and if you actually play the game like competitively, or you know, go for high kills, you'll know that Sunflower class, that the health is really important, because of course with Sunflowers you have the heal flowers, so you could get yourself back up to higher health, which self-heal is broken, and you can die really quickly, but being alive is really good because you could use your Sunbeam, you have a really good primary, it's really good. And the problem with that is the Vampire Flower. The Vampire Flower has a really good rate of fire. The primary is still good, but the kind of like the Vampire Chomper, Count Chompula, it's just the low health gimmick just is really damaging to the character. Now, running health upgrade on Sunflowers is already important, but it's just this one has the Vampiric upgrade, which is like kind of, it's weird, but it's good. It's really good. But I think this character's lack of upgrade customizability, along, because you can't run like speed, you're gonna have to run one of these, is just rough. And I think the gimmick is not very good. Like, you're gonna be like, if someone catches you off guard, which is gonna happen 90% of the time, if you're any other sunflower, you could jump away and live. There's so many characters that could just kill this character in like a second, where you don't even have time to react. So yeah, that's the biggest problem with the character. Other than that, it's still like a decent character. It's just, it's kind of a downgrade compared to all the other ones. Moving on to the Cactus, I think all the cacti are amazing. Really, really good. Cactus, Peashooters, and Pirates are my favorite classes in the game. That has nothing to do with anything. I just thought it's fun to mention that. Now, a character I've been playing a lot and I try to take to the limits is Ice Cactus. This character has a ton of ammo, more than Red Cactus, and can freeze really nice. It's just the damage is an issue. But I think it's not really a horrible character. Now, the Jade Cactus is one that comes to mind. Just because this character is slow, and yes, speed is important on a Cactus, because you want to be moving when you're a Cactus. You don't want to just be standing still. If you're doing that, you're not really playing the character to its absolute limits. Now, what are some good things about this character? This character's accuracy is fantastic. As you can see, it's just great. Now, the character's gimmick, where it explodes, is ultimately useless. That is not good. And the extra health is cool too, but I think the problem with this character is really just the damage drop off. It's not the worst Cactus though. That's the thing. The character is still really good. So yeah, kind of like what I said to some of the other classes, there's no bad cacti, they're all good. Moving on to the imps, this might be another boring one, but all the imps have a use. Regular imp, his mech is really good, it lasts for a long time, and his regular primary does so much damage, and is really good. Drake is great at chipping away people with his fire damage, and his mech is really good at close quarter situations. Pylon's mech is really fast. Outside of mech, his upgrades are extremely customizable, like very customizable. Really, really good. Shrimp has the best mech in the game. Outside of the mech, he has really good accuracy, is really strong. He could be played similar to any of the other fully automatic characters from Range. C7 obviously is really good because his primary does a ton of damage. Party Imp is Reg Imp with a meter, more ammo. Mech doesn't last as long. Really good. Scallywag, he gets meter really quickly, and overall it's just a really good character. His mech is a little iffy, but like it has its times where it really shines and it's really tanky. So yeah, all the imps have a use. They're all good. There's no worst imp. Super Brainz. Now this one is a little rough. Reg Brainz is really good, his beam's really good, Cosmic's really good. There's just one that is a clear downgrade, and it's Breakfast Brainz. I really like playing this character. If you want to see some really good Breakfast Brainz gameplay, I highly recommend my Breakfast Brainz 100 kill game. And then of course when playing a superhero, I highly recommend turning on toggle aim, because it takes the character to the absolute limit, allowing you to shoot while you're midair. So let's say there's someone hiding behind there, instead of walking up slowly and revving up your punches, you could just jump up, use your beam, and if they try to jump away, you could just shoot them. You don't have to chase them slowly with your hands. And then this character has a wind up mechanic where you really have to wind up the punches and then you get to max damage, and the same goes for the beam, which is kind of rough. However, the character does have extra speed, which is really nice, and of course you have superhero abilities, which is really good. But you know, the primary and the secondary don't really make up enough for that gimmick, and the punches are just they're rough, and by the time you're winding up to full damage, they've already done a ton of damage to you. So yeah, it's kind of a rough option, and then his beam having to wind up as well, it's not good, but he's still a lot of fun, and he still has his uses. He has 200 health and really good mobility. For the pirates, there's also no worst pirate. They all have use. Squawk has hits, basically hits. He does have hit scan on his secondary. Really good range, and just overall good damage. His accuracy is a little iffy, but Partyman, when he gets meter, he is disgusting. He is one of the best characters in the game when he has the meter. Like, regular Deadbeard is already one of the best characters in the game, but when you have the meter, he's broken. But he does have less ammo, and he does have, you can't really run like health on him because you need to run like the basic damage set. That's the most viable option. But he's still good, and I wouldn't say he's like a downgrade. He's like a side grade. Captain Sharkbite, this character is broken. This character is broken. He has hit scan. He has hit scan. He can hit scan. He has such good accuracy. Really, really, really good. And he's one of my favorite characters, and his damage output is good. He has a slower rate of fire to compensate for his hit scan, but like he's still really good. Flameface has a really good shotgun combo. You can shoot your shotgun and then shoot your sniper, and then you do double fire damage, as we all know. He does have little ammo. Sorry about the thunderstorm in the background, but he's really, really good. He does have low ammo. I wish he had an ammo upgrade, but because he has a penetrate upgrade instead. But you know, he's still a great character. Captain Cannon, my favorite character. He's obviously broken. Reg Deadbeard is obviously broken. Soldiers. So soldiers, I think there's a clear loser here, unfortunately, and it's Park Ranger. Park Ranger has such little ammo, and he doesn't have an ammo upgrade. I know I talk about ammo upgrades a lot, but it's really important. And of course, his primary overall is just really bad. It's horrible. Similar to the Toxic Citron, like it just doesn't really work well. Kind of because the Alien Flower has a big radius. This character and Toxic Citron don't. And then from range, they hit low damage. And then 18 ammo is horrible. Just to let you guys know, 18 ammo compared to the Reg Soldier having a ton of ammo, like insane amount of ammo, 35, and then the primary just being better from range and just better up close. Yeah, it's pretty clear why the Park Ranger is a big downgrade. If someone's AFK, the character has really good kill times. It doesn't matter at all, but like someone standing still in that does a lot of damage. But overall, it's not worth using. He's fun though. He's cool. Engineers, there's not really bad engineers aside from like, you know, the AC parry has some fun uses. Like I like playing him like when I troll. But the problem with this character is just his time to kill and overall damage output is rough. Now he has a cool gimmick because he could freeze and then like, you know, he has 2 stuns basically, which is cool. But if you're not hitting directs, like if you're hitting directs, his damage is okay, but like it's not a lot of ammo, it's not a lot of damage, and not very good from range, so it's kind of a downgrade, but he has a fun gimmick. The scientists are all good, kind of similar to what I was talking about with a lot of the other classes. But there's one that I think is like rough, that I think a lot of people don't really talk about, because it really doesn't make sense at all. So check this out. You're going to want to run the damage upgrade, obviously. So what upgrade does this character have? 2 reloads. Some person wants me to play Fortnite. I don't know who that is. So anyway, you have 2 reloads, or you could run 1 reload and an ammo. So this character used to have way more ammo, but they nerfed it. Now the ammo upgrade only gives him 1 more ammo, and it only puts him at 7 ammo. So you only have 7 ammo, and then a pretty slow reload. You also, not to mention, this character has no range, which is rough. So you'd say, oh, let's run double reload. Now you have basically no ammo, no range. This character doesn't have extra speed, which he really should, like how Breakfast Brainz and EP does. So you're basically forced to run a gun upgrade, which means you can't run a health upgrade, because you're running in, you want to have that extra health. Character already has low HP, or even running the speed, you could sneak up on people better, because again, this character has no range and only relies on sneaking up on people. So yeah, it's just a really rough character. He just is really heavily affected by nerfs. His primary is very strong up close, but like it has low ammo and kind of a long reload. Doesn't really make up for it. So I think he's more of a downgrade compared to Reg Scientists. Now the All-Star class is next, and all these characters are really good because they have 200 health, 210 if you run health upgrade. Really, really good abilities, as we all know. However, there's one that comes to mind that just is overall a downgrade. Again, sorry for the thunder in the background. It's kind of hype though, but the Wrestling Star, the reason why this character is just worse is because his overall range is just not good. It doesn't have any gimmicks. Like for example, like, you know, all these other All-Stars are like not even that bad from range, and if like they do low damage from range, like, you know, they still have a gimmick. Like they could freeze, they have the mud effect, you know. Rugby Star does good direct damage from range, but like this character has rough accuracy from range and then really rough damage. Up close, this character is pretty powerful, but it's just overall a downgrade. You know, see how he has spikes and stuff? Cool idea. He should have extra health because he's a close range only. He should have been like the armor variant, but whatever. My cool ideas aside, that's my pick for All-Star. But again, all these characters are good because he's still good because he has All-Star abilities. But there's no bad characters in this game. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care. Let me know what your guys' picks are for this, and let me know if you agree with me for every character having a use, and not really there's being bad characters. If you made it this far in the video, comment hi. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.